You've been feeling like someone is watching you lately, haven't you? That strange sensation creeps up on you when you're alone at home, like invisible eyes are following your every move. You catch yourself looking over your shoulder for no reason, checking corners and shadows for something you can't quite name. Those moments when you're getting dressed or having a private phone call, and suddenly you feel exposed, vulnerable, like someone is secretly observing you. The creepy feeling that someone knows things they shouldn't know about your daily routine, your habits, your private moments. You've been having those unsettling dreams about being monitored, watched, recorded without your knowledge. Your gut tells you something isn't right, but you can't put your finger on what exactly is wrong. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your instincts are absolutely correct. Technology has advanced far beyond what most people realize, and surveillance has become easier, cheaper, and more invisible than ever before. The shocking reality is that you're probably being watched through a camera hidden in something you see every single day, something so ordinary you'd never suspect it. This message found you at exactly the right time because your privacy and safety depend on what you learn next. Right now, as you hear this message, there's likely a camera pointing at you from somewhere in your own home. Modern surveillance isn't happening through obvious security cameras mounted on walls anymore. It's happening through everyday objects that blend seamlessly into your living space, objects you trust and interact with daily without a second thought. Certain people in your life may have placed these devices to watch you without your permission or knowledge. This isn't science fiction or paranoid thinking. This is the reality of privacy invasion happening in millions of homes right now. Your most intimate moments, your private conversations, your personal habits are potentially being recorded and watched by someone who has no right to see them. Smart devices that you thought were making your life easier are actually reporting back information about you to people who shouldn't have access. Your home, the one place where you should feel completely safe and private, has been turned into a surveillance zone without your consent. The network of connected devices in your home creates an invisible web of monitoring that tracks your movements, records your conversations, and violates your fundamental right to privacy. Traditional thinking about security and privacy is completely outdated in today's world of miniaturized cameras and hidden recording devices. The urgent reality is that you need to check your space immediately before more damage is done to your privacy and peace of mind. Pay attention to these warning signs that someone is secretly monitoring you through hidden cameras or devices. Your phone battery draining much faster than usual, even when you're not using it heavily. Strange clicking sounds coming from electronics when no one is operating them. These sounds indicate recording or transmission activity. Your smartphone heating up when it's just sitting idle on a table. This happens when devices are working, in the background, processing or transmitting data you don't know about. Have you noticed people referencing conversations or activities they weren't supposed to know about? Someone mentioning details about your day that you never shared with
Them?
targeted advertisements appearing on your devices for things you only talked about privately in your home, never searched for online. Your smart TV turning on by itself, changing channels without anyone touching the remote, or the screen flickering unexpectedly. Voice assistants like Alexa or Google devices activating without anyone saying the wake word, responding to conversations they shouldn't be listening to. People knowing your schedule, your routines, where you've been, without you telling them. Photos or videos appearing on your devices that you didn't take, or missing photos that you remember taking. Your internet connection slowing down for no apparent reason. This happens when hidden devices are using your bandwidth to upload recorded material. Most importantly, that persistent feeling of being watched getting stronger around certain objects in your home. Your subconscious mind picks up on things your conscious mind misses. When you feel observed near specific items or in particular rooms, trust that instinct completely. Here are the shocking places where hidden cameras are most commonly placed, and you need to check these locations immediately. Smoke detectors are the #1 hiding spot for secret cameras. They're positioned perfectly on ceilings to capture entire rooms. They have power sources, and most people never look at them closely. The tiny lens can be hidden right next to the legitimate sensor. Picture frames, especially digital ones, are perfect hiding spots because they're designed to display images while secretly recording them. USB charging blocks that plug into your walls aren't always just charging your devices. Many contain tiny cameras that record everything happening nearby while appearing completely innocent. Bluetooth speakers do much more than play your music. The sophisticated ones can be modified to include cameras and recording equipment while maintaining their normal function. Digital clocks, especially those beside beds, are prime surveillance locations because they capture private moments and conversations. Air fresheners, those innocent-looking devices that make your home smell nice, can house tiny cameras with wide-angle lenses. Everyday objects like pens left casually on tables, keychains hanging near entryways, and small decorative items can all contain hidden recording equipment. Smart home devices, thermostats, doorbells, security systems can be hacked or modified to spy on you instead of protecting you. The most dangerous part is how ordinary these items look. You can identify many hidden cameras using your smartphone camera. Point it at suspected objects and look for small lights or reflections that shouldn't be there. Look for telltale signs, like tiny holes in objects, unusual LED lights, items that seem slightly out of place or newer than you remember, and objects positioned with suspiciously perfect views of your living spaces. These locations are chosen specifically because they provide clear sight lines while remaining completely unnoticed in your daily routine. Understanding who might be watching you is crucial for protecting yourself effectively. Ex-partners often use hidden surveillance to maintain control and monitor your life after relationships end. They want to know who you're seeing, what you're doing, how you're moving on without them. This gives them a sense of power and connection they lost when the relationship ended. Jealous family members sometimes monitor your success, your relationships, your personal growth because they can't handle your progress. They want inside information about your life to use against you or to satisfy their curiosity about how well you're doing compared to them. Landlords illegally watching tenants happens more often than people realize. Some property owners install hidden cameras to monitor their renters' activities, guest visits, and personal habits, which is completely illegal but difficult to detect. Co-workers trying to gather information for workplace advantage might place devices to record your private phone calls, personal conversations, or work from home activities. This gives them insider knowledge they can use to compete against you professionally. Neighbors with boundary issues and too much time on their hands sometimes become obsessed with monitoring the people living around them. They justify their behavior as neighborhood safety or curiosity, but it's actually invasion of privacy. People who've had legitimate access to your home in the past, repair workers, housekeepers, friends, dates, might have planted devices during their visits. The psychology behind surveillance behavior often involves a need for control, a fear of being left out, or a desire to have secret knowledge that makes them feel superior. They get emotional satisfaction from knowing things about you that you don't know. They know. Here are proven methods to detect hidden cameras in your space that you can use immediately. Your smartphone camera is your first detection tool. Turn off the lights and use your phone's camera to scan suspected areas. Hidden cameras often use infrared light that your phone can detect but your eyes cannot see. Look for small glowings, dots or lights on your phone screen that aren't visible to your naked eye. Use the flashlight method by shining a bright light at suspected objects while looking for reflections. Camera lenses reflect light differently than normal surfaces, creating tiny bright spots that give away their location. This works especially well in dark rooms. Radio frequency detectors are available online and can identify electronic devices transmitting signals. Walk slowly through your home with one of these devices, paying attention to areas where the signal strength increases unexpectedly. Conduct physical inspections room by room, looking carefully at smoke detectors, picture frames, electrical outlets, and any objects that seem out of place or positioned with unusually good views of your space. Check for tiny holes in walls or objects that could hide camera lenses. Perform the mirror test on any mirrors by placing your finger against the surface. If there's a gap between your finger and its reflection, it's a normal mirror. If your finger touches its reflection directly, it might be a two-way mirror with a camera behind it. Check for unusual Wi-Fi networks appearing in your area that you don't recognize. Hidden cameras often create their own networks to transmit footage. Use smartphone apps designed to detect hidden cameras by scanning for electronic signals and wireless devices. The most important rule is to conduct these checks when you're completely alone, so potential watchers can't observe your detection activities. Once you suspect or find hidden surveillance, here are immediate steps to secure your space and regain control. First, don't panic or confront anyone immediately. Gather evidence and document everything you discover. Take photos of suspicious devices and their locations before disturbing them. Disable suspected devices safely by unplugging them or removing their batteries if possible. For hardwired devices like smoke detectors, you may need professional help to remove them without triggering alarms or damaging your home. Create camera-free zones in your home by identifying areas where you need absolute privacy and thoroughly checking them for any recording devices. Your bedroom and bathroom should be your highest priority areas for complete privacy protection. Use privacy screens and signal blockers in sensitive areas. Faraday bags can block electronic signals from devices, and privacy screens can block camera views while you investigate further. Change all locks and access codes immediately, especially if you suspect someone with previous access to your home has planted devices. This prevents them from returning to retrieve or replace surveillance equipment. Document everything you find with photos, videos, and written records, including dates, times, and locations. This evidence becomes crucial if you need to involve law enforcement or legal action. Consider professional electronic sweep services if you find evidence of surveillance. These specialists have advanced equipment to detect hidden devices you might miss with basic methods. Build a support network of trusted friends or family members who can help you during this process. Having witnesses and support makes you safer and more confident in taking action against privacy violations. Discovering you've been secretly watched creates a deep sense of violation that goes beyond simple privacy concerns. This betrayal of trust affects you psychologically in ways that many people don't understand or acknowledge. Your home is supposed to be your sanctuary, the one place where you can be completely yourself without judgment or observation. When that safety is violated through hidden surveillance, It creates trauma similar to other forms of personal violation. You might experience hypervigilance, constantly checking your surroundings, feeling paranoid about being watched even after removing devices. These reactions are completely normal responses to having your privacy invaded. Rebuilding your sense of safety takes time and intentional effort. Start by reclaiming control over your personal space through the protection methods mentioned earlier. The act of actively securing your environment helps restore your sense of personal power. You might need professional support to process the emotional impact of this violation. Therapists who understand privacy trauma can help you work through feelings of vulnerability, betrayal, and violation that come with discovering secret surveillance. Focus on rebuilding stronger boundaries with people in your life. This experience teaches you valuable lessons about who you can trust and who might violate your privacy for their own purposes. The empowerment that comes from taking action, from detecting and removing surveillance, from securing your space, helps restore your confidence and sense of control. You're not helpless in this situation. You have the knowledge and tools to protect yourself effectively. Remember that your instincts were right all along, and trusting those feelings is a strength, not paranoia. Don't wait until tomorrow or next week to check your space. Do it today, right now. Every day you delay gives potential watchers more time to gather information about your private life, your routines, your personal moments. The peace of mind that comes from knowing you're truly alone in your home is worth the effort it takes to investigate. This knowledge doesn't just protect you. It protects your family, your children, anyone who enters your home and deserves privacy and safety. Share this information with trusted friends and family members who might also be at risk. Your gut feeling about being watched was absolutely right, and now you have the tools to do something about it. Take the first step toward reclaiming your privacy by conducting a basic visual inspection of your most private spaces right now. The strength and confidence you'll feel once you've secured your space and taken back control of your privacy will remind you that you're not powerless against those who would violate your personal boundaries. Your home belongs to you, and you have every right to keep it private and secure.